Hello and welcome to the Wayfaring Panda. My name is Annette. Today we're celebrating Marie's Vermont Creations 500 subscriber hop, and she decided she wanted to do rainbows as the theme. So when I saw that, I wanted to do it because I've had an idea about doing this card for quite a while. I saw Maureen Simone do a Rainfall card, and I decided I wanted to do one of those for my sponsor child in Mexico, and she likes unicorns, so I thought that would go perfect for the hop. I cut out some Bristol Smooth cardstock with this Lawn Fawn Hillside border die, and then I'm heat embossing Mowed Lawn Distress ink and clear embossing powder with the Spanish Happy Birthday saying. I stamped the unicorn with purple distress ink and went over that with clear embossing powder. And now I'm coloring in with a Copic marker just where the mane and the tail and the hoofs would be. And I'll put all the products that I used in the description below. I'm using my ink blending tool to apply old paper distress ink to my sentiment. I decided not to put an actual rainbow on my card, but instead use light colors of the rainbow. So more pastel rainbow colors on the card. And I also want to use iridescent items to give the idea of a rainbow. I'm adding crystal Stickles to the unicorn's horn to give it an iridescent look and also to make it look more magical. Next, I'm blending distress ink on my card background to make a muted rainbow sky. And I'm starting with scattered straw, and then I'm using wild honey, spun sugar. I'm using a pink instead of a red because I want to make it kind of pastel color. And then I use shaded lilac. While I'm doing the blending, I'll share a little bit more about the hop. This is a hashtag driven hop, so to see the other videos, just type in the search hashtag over the rainbow for 500, and I'll put the link in the description below. Just click that and the other videos will come up. I have done several hops with Marie with our Facebook group Team Tiny and also the Facebook group Handmade Happiness. And she's giving away some prizes to celebrate, so when you watch her video and leave a comment, you have a chance to win a gift card to the Rabbit Hole Designs and also a gift card to an Etsy store called Doodle's Paper Playground, which has sparkle blends. Next, I'm using my paintbrush to splatter on some Lawn Fawn liquid Stardust to give my background some sparkle and an iridescent shine. I'm blending on some Salty Ocean Distress ink on some of my clouds to bring in the blue color of the rainbow and also to give my sky some color. And then I also go on some of the clouds with some shaded lilac. I thought that would tie it in with the background and also make it more colorful since this is a rainbow card. Next, I'm doing an experiment to add some sparkle to the card. I saw that WOW had some glitter embossing powder, but I don't have any of that. So I decided to try to make my own using this Hero Arts white embossing powder. And then I had this glitter that I actually got at a cake store because I thought it was edible, but it's actually the same thing you get at the craft store to put on your paper projects. So I wasn't obviously going to put that on my food. So I'm going to mix it in my powder. The glitter that I'm using is kind of an iridescent white, so that'll go with the iridescent look that I wanted to make. And when you mix it in with the embossing powder will melt when you heat set it, and it'll hold the glitter in. So that way you don't have to use glue with the glitter. So I thought this would be a good way to use up this glitter that I'm not going to put on my food. First I go over my clouds with my embossing tool so that I don't get embossing powder sticking where I don't want it. And then I use my cloud stamp and Versamark ink to stamp my clouds. The trick to embossing with this is you want to start from the back first so that the powder will melt, because if you start on the top, the glitter will blow away while you're trying to heat set it. I'm doing the same embossing with my sentiment strip, but this time I use my distress pen to go over the top instead of using an ink pad. It turned out the experiment worked, and I really liked the look that it achieved. I apologize that sometimes I went off camera. I really need to get some kind of camera set up where I can see when I'm in video, when I'm not. But I have to make do with what I have for right now. I cut a base for my clouds with a Hillside Borders die to make it wavy, and then I'm going to adhere all the clouds to it with my Tombow mono glue. Next, I use my Tim Holtz scissors to cut off the clouds along the top and the sides so it won't stick over the side of the card. I used a pencil and ruler to draw these tick marks every centimeter on my card, both at the top and bottom. That's just to help me line up my strings after I thread my string with the seed beads. So in order to do that, I used a threader and to pull my invisible thread through my needle, and then I spent a long time getting a whole bunch of seed beads on the thread. Next, I put one layer of foam tape at the top and bottom of my card panel. Next, I peel back some of the paper from my foam tape so I can stick on my thread. So, since I strung all the beads, what I did is just pull some of the beads down on my string and cut off a part. And I varied anywhere from 10 to 20 beads at a time. And then I stretched that across my tick marks. Then I remembered that I needed to go over the side of the tape with my embossing tool. So just putting on a powder on the side so the beads don't stick to the tape. After I lay down each string, I also push the paper back down on it so I can push the thread into the foam. I keep repeating this process until I get all of my strings across, and I only filmed about 3 strands here. I only filmed about 3 strands because I did the same thing with it all. Now I did lose some of my footage. So after I got all the strings on here, then I put another layer of foam tape, and then I put my clouds and my sentiment border on top. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and also like and leave comments. This helps me move up in the YouTube algorithm so other people can find my channel and watch my videos. Also, I'll leave a link to the products that I used in the description below. If you click on these links, it doesn't cost you anything, but I do get a small percent from the sales that's generated, and it helps support my channel. Thank you. Then I used my glue to glue on the unicorn. And I got a little excess, so I just wiped it off. Next, I used my tape runner to go over the back of the card to put on a blank card base. I did get this on a little crooked on my card base, so I had to tear it off that one and put it on another card base, which is one of the problems with this tape. It does stick really well, so it's hard to get it off. I really like this Rainfall element, and it makes a fun noise.